Listen, when I find someone to do my music for me, we're going to have better music other than the music that's in Dorothy's head. Look, is this fro pony? And like when you look in the camera, it's like you see it backwards. It's like a Jedi mind trick. Hopefully, the fro pony is like even. It looks even on Instagram. On Facebook, I feel like it just looks a little lopsided. Lord. Hi, outspoken wifey. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Day to Day with Dorothy. Today's episode, am I really a leader? Like, for real, for real. Am I? Am I? That's what we are talking about today. Ooh, the hair. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, girl, hey. Welcome to the show. Hello, Facebook. I see you. So, look, whether you are tuning in on FB, YouTube, or IG, please go ahead and share this video with another lady leader that you know will benefit from the magic. So, we'll just have like a really quick chitter chat and then we're going to jump into this. What is a leader? Am I a leader for real? So, we've got our TCS notebook going here. Let me see if this is like one of my stage ones or if no, this is mine because I just saw some stuff in here. This is my notebook. So these are still available. You can just click the link in the bio or in the about section to get yours so that you have all of your notes in one notebook that's going to work as hard as you. So I got to get that in there because I know I'll forget. But you want to see what came in the mail today? Let me take it out. I literally, like right before I came on here, I looked out the door and I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" Look, y'all. I feel like there's like a glare. So I got this in the mail. It's presented to the communication strategist as recognized as first runner-up in the competition for Rising Star Minority Owned Business Award in the state of Wisconsin. Y'all, TCS is out here, right? Right? So I just thought I would share. This is so cool. And I just am like jazz. I'm going to put it on my wall in my office. Hi, Opulent Mind Shift. Welcome to the show. All right. So that's what I got for Chitter Chat. And Day to Day with Dorothy is back. The goal is for it to be like a little short. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so jazzed. I feel so proud of this. Listen, TCS is like the little business that could. We are just out here doing this leadership thing in these leadership streets, transforming leaders one person at a time, one activity at a time, one client at a time. And we are out here. Now, I am here as the principal and founder of the Communication Strategist, where you are required to lead from every seat you sit in. And so I wanted to talk about this whole am I really a leader, right? So if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that Wednesdays is dedicated to talking all things leadership development, learning and development. We may cover a couple other things, but it always ties right back to leadership. But in working with clients and in working with ladies just like you one on one, I do get a lot of the, well, I'm not a leader because no one reports to me. And here's the truth, we're all leaders. And we're required, right, to lead from every seat that we sit in. How can we do that effectively if for whatever reason we don't think that we're a leader? So let's just break it down quickly, right? If everybody's a leader and we're required to lead from every seat that we sit in, then what exactly is leadership? Leadership, boys and girls, is influence, right? And it all starts with us being able to influence ourselves with some of the smallest things. We influence ourselves to not hit snooze. We influence ourselves to get to work on time. We influence ourselves, like when the weather's bad, to leave a little bit earlier so that we can account for crappy weather. We influence ourselves to say, date this person, not this person, based on previous experiences. We have to lead ourselves every single day and fundamentally all year long, right? Like we are always leading ourselves and empowering ourselves to do things that align with who we are and who we're striving to be. And then, if we've taken it a step further in our leadership journey, we are leading ourselves to align with our personal mission and our personal vision. So, let's talk a little bit more to figure out this whole like, am I really a leader? I mean, the short answer is yes, 1000%, absolutely. And if you cannot lead yourself, it is impossible to lead other people. So, if we think about what are some of the traits, characteristics, attributes that a leader is going to possess, what a leader is going to do is, and I got my notes here, that's why I'm looking down. The leader is going to motivate people to act toward a common goal, right? So that we can achieve something together. A leader can rally the peeps. But here's the thing, it first begins with rallying yourself. If I can't control me, if I can't, through, different motivational tactics, a reward system or a consequence system, if I can't control me and get Dorothy on her own merit to perform, how in the world am I going to get other people to rally, right? A leader is going to be able to rally not only themselves, but other people so that they have this urge to move it, right, towards achieving some particular objective. But this is also why, y'all, leaders who rule with an iron fist have a hard time when there's no power differential. What if they're all volunteers? Then what? How you going to rule with an iron fist with a bunch of volunteers and they could all walk out on you, right? So that's why we want to really be thoughtful about the type of leader that we want to be, the style that we want to use, and how we want to create an environment and a culture where people literally like wake up in the morning thinking, what more can I do? How can I show up powerfully? How can I show up boldly? How can we make sure that we accomplish these tasks that we've set out to do as individuals or as a team, right? And if you want to test your leadership, gather a bunch of volunteers. Then you'll be able to see what you're really made out of. But yes, you really are a leader, and it begins with rallying thyself. If we can rally ourselves to do the things that we say that we're going to do, communicate when we can't, then we've already begun the mastery of step one. But we're always mastering and remastering us, because sometimes we are changing and growing and developing, and so we have to be flexible as leaders, right? I think a good leader inspires people. They inspire people to look for something bigger than themselves. But again, it begins with you, right? How do you get yourself beyond where you've been before? Like, how is it? So, if you had that first job, in corporate and you were making $40,000, how do you inspire you to say, you know what? So I've been in this job for 18 months, and honestly, like, I think I'm due for a promotion, or I think I could switch roles in the company, or I think I could switch organizations altogether, or I think I could switch industries because I'm really passionate about X and I want to make X amount of money. How do you inspire yourself to act? What do you have to do to motivate you? How do you spend time with yourself and study yourself so that you can be in the mirror like, okay, Dorothy, here we are. We've been at this job for 18 months. We're making 40K. Okay, so what do we want to make? What do we want to make? Okay, we want to make 50K. Okay, so what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Okay, so we're doing, small training things right here and everything is external. Like, okay, what if we could take it up a notch to like 50K and do all internal training, corporate trainer? How do we do that? What do we got to do? The idea that you can inspire yourself to act, you can literally take some of those same skills, overlay it when it comes to having other people who are depending on you to lead them and inspire them, but then customize it. You know what it took to get you to act, but when you think about friends that you've inspired because they're looking to you because they watched you do the 40 to 50K leap, or when you think about family members or younger siblings, sometimes older siblings, who are like, man, how did you do it? How did you teach yourself? How did you motivate yourself? That's another characteristic, attribute, or trait of a remarkable leader. You can inspire people to do something bigger than you. You literally have capacity to renew and reset your mind so that you can do the next thing that you got to do. But you can take that skill of leading you, and then overlay it to other people, right? And then, of course, it's like you don't treat people exactly how you treat yourself because what motivates you may not motivate them, so on and so forth. But it's like you're literally honing your skill as you practice on yourself, because leadership begins with leading self. If you cannot lead yourself, man, you can't lead anybody else, right? Because it's like you don't even listen to you. So, how would you expect other people to be willing to listen to you, and you don't even listen to you? You don't take yourself seriously. Okay, so a leader is not the same as an organizer. Like, let's say that you're like, okay, so I am able to like keep my closet organized. I can keep my refrigerator organized. I got all my spices organized. I keep the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, like everything's organized. A leader is different than an organizer, right? Whether we're keeping our house organized, keeping other people's houses organized, or keeping tasks organized, we're going beyond gathering the resources to stay organized, or leveraging the necessary people or whatever to stay organized, but rather the leader comes in and looks at a situation and says, how can I execute in the most efficient manner that still allows for organization? How can I paint a vision that then fosters organization? It's different. So it would be like if we were looking at our little simplistic house example, it would be, how do I get a bunch of organizers to come together and organize lots of houses using processes, procedures, a rewards and recognition system, and then we all have similar methods and tactics with which we organize, and we're all pretty excited to do it. AKA the home edit, right? Because it starts with one person being able to lead self, and then bringing in others, and then literally creating this vision where it's like, well, what if we could go into celebrity houses, and then also the houses of regular people just like you and I, and make things beautiful and organized? The characteristic of a leader that makes them different from an organizer is that the organizer is solely about efficiency. Let's get this done. The leader is about the vision that will then drive the efficiency and the manner in which we are effective. So, again, these are some of the traits and characteristics of a leader, like what actually makes us a leader. But it begins with you. If you can figure out a way to lead yourself in a consistent fashion where you are congruent as a leader, and you essentially become an almost predictable entity, you can begin to overlay those same strategies to begin leading other people. And here's the thing, even though you're at work and you don't have any direct reports, you can still lead. Volunteer to take lead on the project. Volunteer to mentor somebody that's new. Volunteer for leadership roles in your employee resource group, affinity group, professional development network. Volunteer in that professional network that you're in, SHRM or ATD or the Lawyers Association, the Accountants Association. Volunteer for the sorority that you're in. Volunteer for roles that essentially thrust you into a leadership role so that you can start practicing your skills. So that when you are in a paid position to lead others and manage performance, you've had some practice, right? Because here's what I know about new leaders. New leaders are often practicing on you. You've all had a new leader, and some of you may have been a new leader. But when you get a new leader who's never taken the time to practice, guess who their guinea pig is? You, right? And so if we want to not put ourselves in the position that I'm sure we've all been in, where we have a leader that is super new, never managed before, never practiced before, but got promoted because they were bomb at their job, we've all been on the other side of that. So let's not do that. Let's practice. Let's thrust ourselves into leadership opportunities where we can practice on a voluntary basis and really start to hone this skill that is going to be a game changer as we look at the trajectory and possibility in our career. Our goal is to build competence, right? So that we're capable to perform, but then to also build confidence so that we are rest assured. I know what I'm doing. It's not, am I really a leader? It's, I am a leader, period, full stop, right? And I'm always practicing that skill. I'm always honing that skill. And I'm always studying myself. How am I showing up? What could I do differently? How can I lead myself more effectively? And how can I transition those skills into what I do when serving others, right? Because leaders serve. So, a leader is going to offer motivation that's going to inspire folks to like get it done. A leader is going to inspire people, right? So that they can accomplish key objectives. They're going to inspire people to pull their strengths together and their resources so that they can achieve amazing, incredible, remarkable things. And then lastly, we know a leader is not simply an organizer. The two are different, right? Because a leader is going to be looking in that more abstract 50,000 foot view of what's the vision, what's the bigger picture. So that's what I have for y'all today. You are a leader. You're required to lead from every seat you sit in. And being a leader doesn't always mean that you have to have direct reports. Because what we know is that there are managers out there that don't really act like leaders. They need to, they should, because we are required to lead from every seat that we sit in. But what we know for sure, everyone does not accept the call, right? So you accept the call and begin studying you and figuring out each day, how can I lead myself a little bit better? Leadership is influence, and practicing our influencing skills begins with influencing ourselves. So that's what I have for y'all today. If you liked this video, if there were a couple nuggets or ahas on Facebook, please click share. And then on Instagram, hit that little paper plane and share with another lady leader. If you've got questions or there's something that you would like me to cover, feel free to send those questions my way on Facebook or Instagram. And if there's something that you are like, ooh, I need some help. I wonder what program should I be signing up for? Or do I simply just need a quick power hour? Go ahead and set up a discovery call with me. It's free. And then we can talk through and figure out what's the next step that makes the most sense for you. But here's what I will say. Women who invest in themselves go further, right? I was just on a performance coaching call yesterday because I have a performance coach, because I don't want to simply be a high achiever. I want to be a high performer. And we were working through some mindset challenges that I have encountered over and over and again. And I'm like, no, I want to delete that and replace that with a new behavior. What do we got to do? Because even coach got a coach, y'all, right? If you have a coach that doesn't have a coach, that's a red flag. Even coach got a coach. I got multiple business coaches. And then I also have a performance coach as well, because the goal is to do, right? To do, not just study and learn and digest and learn and digest, but to actually do and execute with the things that you're learning. So I'm your personal change agent. I am here to help. So that's all I have for you. If you have not gotten your Lead from Every Seat You Sit in notebook, y'all know I am obsessed. I'm biased, yes, but I am obsessed because it is so plush and so thick and so legit and so ready. And plus, I'm a note taker. Leaders take notes. So if you want yours, pop on to the bio or the about section and go to the shop TCS section and get your notebook. We're ready. They are printed. All we got to do is put them in the mail and send them your way. All right, y'all. Remember, you're required to lead from every seat you sit in. Until next time, shoulder roll, leadership, leadership. See y'all next week. Bye. Okay, Facebook, you know you always get the last shoulder roll. Listen, like a double, like a triple shoulder roll. Here you go. I'll see y'all next week. Don't forget to share this video and leave a comment. All right. Ta-ta for now.